I've heard you say that a good man is born to serve, not born to make money.
Absolutely.
What's that mean to you?
Well, if I make money, and I've heard all excuses.
See that? See that right there? That's not by accident, eh? One eyeball staring at you, boys.
Because there's guys who have a problem with me saying that. All right. But if I make money for me. Now I've got, my wife definitely benefits from it. And, my children, although they're grown, they benefit from it. But ultimately in the end, if I'm pour all my life into making money, that's for me, but if I pour my life into as many people as is fitting, and I don't know, their life is better for me having come through.
Amen. Jesus said in Matthew chapter 6, starting off in verse 19, "Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." Men need to hear this today, especially in our culture where this line of reasoning is your worth as a man is defined by the amount of money you make. Your value as a man is defined by your annual salary. And I think men in general are...
Anyway, whatever. So we already established that guy Dry Creek Wrangler is a backloader. I don't think I made a short about it. I can't remember what live we did that in, but we did establish that already. So, oh no, you're not getting this big picture here, man, or you're part of it or something. I don't know what your problem is.
Susceptible to this line of thinking. I know that I've struggled with this in the past. I'm sure many of my male viewers have struggled with this same mentality where we derive our value, we derive our worth, and we strongly correlate impact and significance with bank account, with annual salary, with how much money is in our checking account. And it ought not be so. Jesus said, "Take heed and beware of covetousness, for a man's life," don't miss this, "a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of things which he possesseth." Wow. Never man spake like this man. "Take heed and beware of covetousness, for a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of things which he possesseth." How much money did Jesus make? What was Jesus's annual salary? And yet think of the impact he had. Think of his significance. Think of his value. Think of his worth. The Son of God, who is God. What was his annual salary? So we have to shun this worldly wisdom that defines man's worth by his annual salary, that defines man's value by his checking account.
So I guess my problem with this would be that it's like every Christian, I think, should know this, If a Christian doesn't know this, then they're not understanding anything. Yeah, we saw it, man. It's so bad, dude. We saw it, bro. It's so bad. But anyway, I was just saying, it's like this is more milk dispensing. Oh no, like where everybody knows this. Every Christian should know this, right? Now it may be worth your time to kind of reflect on how Christians sometimes mistake this, because every Christian knows that, yeah, we shouldn't be worried about money. We should be worried about pleasing God. Every Christian should know that. But then the other problem is like somehow Christians get that twisted in their head, and sometimes they end up still just being very worldly, even though they know that kind of on the surface. So that's what would be a better explanation here. Yeah, I know. That's some weird art too. I was thinking about that, but he's asking about the art. I don't know what that is, but I'll let it go for now. I don't even know what that is.
It's foolish, it's worldly, and it's not biblical, my friend.
I want, and I'll never know in some tiny way, what means the most to me is that when you leave here today, in some small way, your life is better for us having sat down and talked. That means more
His life is better. What do you mean by that, better? I mean, I don't like those kind of like weird sayings. They're very vague, right? And they're also just kind of like cliches, right? I hope your life is better. I want to make the world a better place, or stuff like that, right? It's just like it's meaningless. It's foolishness. But if you were to say something like, "Hey, I want you to believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God," that will make the world a better place if you believe that, and your life will be better if you believe that. That's like a real thing that we can actually strive for as a goal. It's not like I want to make your life better. That's just meaningless. It's nothing, right? So it's just a cliche, and I wouldn't advise people to adopt those kind of views.
That means more. And so we're, I think we are. I think a real man is born to serve, and serve means provide for those that are in your sphere of you to provide for.
This is so wicked. This thing, I can't get my eye off it. I can't like stop looking at it. It's just drawing my attention, So wicked. I wonder what else is here. What else other weird things they might have put? Anyway.
It means to protect. It means to encourage. It means to teach and to train.
Amen. There's nothing wrong. Let me say this. There's nothing wrong with working hard and making money. There's nothing wrong with working hard and making a lot of money. What's wrong, again, is when we derive worth, derive confidence, derive value from the amount of money we make. That's wrong. That's foolishness. That's worldly wisdom. And that's what he's getting at. But we should provide. We need to provide as men. We need to work hard. We need to protect our children and our wives.
And sometimes it means to step back and let them hit the wall. Sometimes the best.
We should provide as men. We need to protect our children and our wives. That's true, I suppose, but I don't know, man. Something weird about the way people say these things. Like, there's a lot of guys now, they try to like bring this kind of red pill thing into the Christian world, I'm not saying, it's true that the Christian should be a man and not effeminate. It's not that Paul's saying that in Romans 1, but effeminate is not good. You want to be manly, but the manliness of a Christian is different than the manliness of the world, obviously. A part of being a man as a Christian is, providing for your family and protecting them. So I don't know. Everything Ono said is true, but something about it I don't like. I don't know. I guess it's because this fool is here, this blue shirt guy.
And sometimes it means to step back and let them hit the wall. Sometimes the best service you
he's
can
not
do
OSAS.
for somebody.
He's not OSAS. Hey, Pickleball. Remember we did look at him during a live one time. It was a while ago. It was a long time ago, but we looked at this guy and we saw that he's a backloader. We did. I'm pretty sure. Can't remember exactly. You seen that iProp before? Yeah, that podcaster guy that is interviewing him is another shill too, obviously. Yeah, it was a while ago. It was a long time ago. You don't remember that? We did, man. I don't know. I think you were there. Anyway.
Is to when it's all done.
And our wives.
And sometimes it means to step back and let them hit the wall. Sometimes the best service you can do for somebody is to, when it's all done, walk up and look down and say, "Did that hurt?" That's what they needed. But we won't do that because it makes us look bad. And even in our service to others, we do it for ulterior motives.
Yeah, this is the thing. So why is Ono promoting this guy, right? It could be because Ono's just not careful, and he's like, because we've seen that already, right? Ono's just simply not careful in what he says and who he promotes. We've already seen that. He promoted Johnny Chang. He's not careful in the things he says sometimes that are just not correct, right? So it could be that just Ono's just confused. But now that's two shills now that he is promoting, right? So it could be that he's shilling. I'm not really sure though.
But yes, service to others, we do it for ulterior motives, but yes, I believe that very strongly. I believe if you spend your whole life to yourself, for yourself, you have no purpose of being here.
One of my favorite quotes from Louis Sperry Schaefer, he said this: "There's nothing more misdirected than a self-directed life. I'll say that again. There's nothing more misdirected than a self-directed life.
This planet is not in any way better for you having been here.
Is that what a good man is to you?
That's what a good man is to me.
So a good man is someone who the planet is better for having been here. But what does that mean? Once again, like, okay, we can make the planet better by getting more people to believe in Jesus. I don't know, we don't get them to, but like by preaching the gospel and being good Christians, we can make the world a better place, right? But this guy's not saying that. He's not saying, okay, go out there and be a good Christian, preach the gospel. He's saying make the world a better place or whatever, which is, I'm telling you, that's just another, it's just like kind of like, it's another one of those new age things. It's like, who cares about the world? I mean, it's not the world we care about. We care about the people. We want the people to be saved. The world's not going to get any better. It's just going to get worse and worse.
When my wife and I, and we've moved, we've lived all over, but it's been a thing of ours. When we leave, we try to leave the house in some way better than when we found it. And that's how I approach life. Is like,
so what? This guy's like so dumb. So, okay, you leave your house. You're gonna, so wait, what does he say? When you leave the house, you leave it better than when we found it. So I guess, okay, so let's say you come home and then you clean up your house or something, you mow the lawn or whatever. So now it's a little bit better. And so that's his philosophy for the world, I guess. That's what he's saying. But why isn't he just promoting Christianity and Christian values? He's not saying that. He's just saying make the world a better place. And these weird, like, cliches that people say.
when we leave,
Hold on.
when my wife and I, and we've moved, we've lived all over, but it's been a thing of ours. When we leave, we try to leave the house in some way better than when we found it.
Okay. So they move around, right? They don't live in the same house all the time. So when they live in this house here in Toronto, when they move, before they move, they make the house better somehow. Let's say they change the driveway to like bricks or something, you know? They improve the house and then they leave, okay? And he's saying that that's how we should treat the world. When we die, we want to leave the world better than when we came. But once again, I'm just going to say this again and again. Like, just saying that is a meaningless statement, and it's not going to preach. It's not preaching the gospel. He's not preaching the gospel right now. He should be saying, like, when I leave this world, I want to know that I preached the gospel to as many people as I could, that I told many people about Jesus, and many people were, you know, I glorify God. That's what it should be. Not make the world a better place. Glorify God. Okay? Because we're not going to make the world a better place. We cannot make the world a better place. The world is just getting worse and worse. It's a terrible place. It's cursed, you know? But the people are like, God loves them, and we need to get them to believe in, or we need to, like, you know, speak to them about Jesus to let them know that they can believe in him and have everlasting life.
And that's how I approach life. Is like, when people come across my path, I try to leave their life a little better than when I found it. And you know what? That may
leave their life a little better than when they found it. Now, once again, he's about to explain what it means, right? So I'm just going to say right here that leave their life a little better than when I met them. It doesn't mean anything, again. And what he should have said is, when I meet people, I try to get them to know about Jesus Christ, how he died for them, how he loves them, and how if they believe in him, they can have everlasting life. That's what you should say to people. Not try to make their life a little better. What does that even mean? It's just meaningless.
Is like, when people come across my path, I try to leave their life a little better than when I found it. And you know what? That may be just looking at that poor, tired lady checking out at Walmart with the sore feet and the glazed over eyes, and looking her in the eye and say, how are you doing today? It don't take much.
Oh, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's how you can make her life a little bit better. Okay? It's not about just say, hey, lady. I know you're tired, but did you know Jesus loves you? Did you know that if you believe in Jesus, you'll have everlasting life? That would make her life better if she believed in him. But you just going, hey, lady, how are you doing? How you doing? What do you say? It's so dumb, man.
Out at Walmart with the sore feet and the glazed over eyes and looking her in the eye and say, how are you doing today? It don't take much, but it's like, I guarantee in some small way her life was a little better when I passed through that.
No, that doesn't guarantee anything. That doesn't guarantee anything. Wild Wrangler, Dry Creek Wrangler. So dumb. What is this? What is it? What am I listening to? And then these people, right? Like this guy thinks that just by saying, hey, how you doing, lady? How you doing, lady, with your tired ankles? I just came up to you and said, how you doing? So that just made your life better. See what a nice guy I am? See what a great guy I am? Put me on a podcast with millions of listeners. This is what they need to hear.
I guarantee in some small way her life was a little better when I passed through that Walmart line than it was before I got there. And
yeah, dude, all it takes to make the world a better place is for this Dry Creek Wrangler goof to go around asking people, hey, how you doing, little lady? How you doing? I know your ankles hurt. I know you're poor and you have to shop at Walmart and you're broke and you're, I know all that's happening, but hey, I said, how are you? Me, the guy from the podcast that you kind of maybe have heard of, or maybe you don't even know who I am. Whatever. I said, hi, how are you? Therefore, your life is better now. I guarantee, he says, I guarantee your life is better now because I just said to you, hey, how are you? What the heck is this, man? This is, yeah, it's basically, yeah, yeah, exactly. You see, what this guy just did is the same thing that those guys did in James chapter 2, verse 15 or something. I think it's 15, right? Where he's, or 16 or something, where he's like, they're telling the people, hey, go ahead, be warmed and filled. That's what that is. I know you're poor, lady. I know your ankles hurt and you're hurting. You got all this thing going on. But hey, I asked you how you are. So by doing that, I just made your life better. Because I'm such a great guy that just by me asking you how are you, I made your life better. This is wicked, dude. This is wicked.
Yeah, I think that's a good man. A good man is a man who can protect and who can
a good man is a man who walks up to the lady at Walmart and says, hey, how you doing? How you doing, little lady? How you doing? I'm a good man.
Than it was before I got there. And yeah, I think that's a good man. A good man is a man who can protect and who can provide and who can serve, who can comfort, who can reprimand, who can discipline, whatever's necessary to make the world a little better, because he
make the world a little better. So what he's doing, right? He's using these kind of Bible-ish type of things. Oh, he can reprimand. He can do this, he can do that. But his goal again is to make the world a little better. It's not to spread the gospel, not to glorify God. That's not his goal here. His goal is to make the world a little better. And if he goes up to the lady at Walmart and just says, hey, how you doing, little lady? Are you okay? He didn't even say he's going to offer to carry your groceries or anything. He didn't say anything like that, eh? He didn't say, oh, lady, let me help you. Let me buy your groceries. Let me pay for your groceries. Let me tell you about Jesus. He didn't say anything like that. All he said is, I'm going to go up there and ask her, hey, how you doing? How you doing, little lady? And by doing that, he made the world a better place. That's what this guy thinks. He doesn't even think that. He's literally trying to deceive the people.
Pass through.
All right, guys, I thought I'd share that clip with you. I enjoyed it. I pray you did too. As always, if you are not 100% certain that you're going to heaven when you die, I encourage you to watch the video in the description below, The Bible Way to Heaven, and be saved today. God bless.
That was terrible, dude. What women do not understand about men. Dry Creek Dwayne.
What do you wish?
This is the thing. 3.9 million subscribers. This fool, obviously a shill. If this guy can come on this fool's podcast, then he is a shill. If you appear on this guy's podcast, Chris Williamson, then you are a shill. There's no doubt about it. Look, the hashtags. Let me see. Manhood, masculinity, Chris. Yeah, wow. This guy's just turning into red pill 101. This guy. Oh no, man. Oh no. You're a good guy, bro. Don't do it, man. Don't become a red pill weirdo, okay? Like, use your brain, man. This guy is a shill. I know they don't believe in shills and stuff. That's why, right? So by me saying that this guy's a shill, Ano's gonna be like, oh, this is one of these. This Toronto guy is a crazy weirdo and whatever, you know. But anyway, that was just horrifically bad.
Okay. I'm studying the Bible in Toronto. 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 Studying the Bible with Mike and Pat. These other YouTubers are just so trash. Hit the thumbs up if you want to support. Go follow Mike as he follows the Lord. I'm studying the Bible in Toronto. 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 You better watch out, Mike's calling out the shills. If you're not free grace, you need to sit down and chill. We're not hyper grace, you know we keep it real. Eternally secure, you know that we're sealed. We don't back low, we're not workspace heretics. Mike's not in it for the money, trying to get a lick. They out here selling their souls for a couple clicks. Becoming Freemasons so they can't just get rich. I'm studying the Bible in Toronto. 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 Shout out to Mike and Pat. Check out his channel, Toronto Bible Study. Subscribe and like.